Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of those officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
We celebrate Veterans Day on the anniversary of the armistice that ended World War I. The armistice that began on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The timing of this holiday is quite deliberate in terms of historical fact. But somehow it always seems quite fitting to me that this day comes deep in autumn when the colors are muted and the days seem to invite contemplation. It is, in a way, an odd thing to honor those who died in defense of our country, in defense of us, in wars far away. The imagination plays a trick. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise, but most of them were boys when they died, and they gave up two lives, the one they were living and the one they would have lived.
World War I officially ended on June 28, 1919, with the signing of the Treaty of Versailles. The actual fighting between the Allies and Germany, however, had ended 7 months earlier with the armistice, which went into effect on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. Armistice Day, as November 11th became known, officially became a holiday in the United States in 1926 and a national holiday 12 years later. On June 1, 1954, the name was changed to Veterans Day to honor all U.S. veterans. Veterans Day gives Americans the opportunity to celebrate the bravery and sacrifice of all U.S. veterans. On this Veterans Day, let us remember the service of our veterans and those veterans that have been a part of our lives at Meadville High School. We would like to honor the following staff members, past and present, who have served our country. Don Ellerby, U.S. Army, James Morgan, U.S. Air Force, John Stanford, U.S. Army, James A. Miller Sr., U.S. Air Force, Gary Johnston, U.S. Army, Rebecca Miller, U.S. Air Force, Al Hardick, U.S. Navy, Zane Watson, U.S. Army, Tom Hayden, U.S. Navy, John Fleischer, U.S. Army, Sandy Roberts, U.S. Air Force, Victoria Estuck, U.S. Navy, Sean Brown, U.S. Navy, William Dustin, U.S. Navy, John Amato, U.S. Army, and U.S. Air Force. At this time, we would like to have a moment of silence to honor those veterans who have given their ultimate sacrifice in the service of our country. Now, we would like to welcome Mr. Watson, a faculty member who is a veteran, to share a few words about this important day.
Veterans Day is a very important day to especially the service members, not only because it's something that I feel is undervalued throughout normal everyday life. November 11th comes around every year, and you might have a Veterans Day memorial or service, but it's something deeper that veterans need to be recognized not only on Veterans Day, but every day for their service and their contribution to their country. As a fellow service member, when I see service members from those of past generations and things like that, it really speaks volumes to me, because me coming into the Army in 2015, it's the same Army as it was the entire way back through our history, all the way back to 1775. And so to see older veterans that served alongside me in the same Army that fought in World War I, World War II, Vietnam, when I see those older gentlemen and women that contributed to those wars, anything that I can do to pay those respects is of utmost importance to me. The things that I've learned throughout the military is more about the people that you're in with than it is over anything else. The service to your country obviously means a lot, but the people that you go through it with is what speaks volume to you, and you get to know not only people within your local area, but around the world. And those relationships and those friendships that you build through the military are a very strong bond that you keep forever. And so honoring veterans, not only ones that are still actively serving now, but ones that have served over past generations, is very important to me, and I feel it should be to every American. For we can't really ever thank them enough for their sacrifice, and the ones that we can't thank are the ones that we really need to thank as well, the families that have put up the ultimate sacrifice to make sure that we stay free and we can keep flying our flag. So this Veterans Day, my challenge to you is to get out there, and if you see a service member of any generation, simply just thank them for what they've done and let them know that what they did was something important not only to you but to our country. And that's all I could ask.
Thank you, Mr. Watson. This concludes our Veterans Day tribute. Thank you for your participation, and don't forget to thank a veteran today.